Sarah Ashbury. Well, coronavirus has not only affected employment tribunal procedure, it has also affected the way mediations are being conducted. So taking private mediations, in normal times with a private mediation you typically have the two parties with their lawyers plus an external mediator all brought together under one roof, albeit with separate rooms available. In the current climate that is obviously not possible, but it can still happen by doing it remotely using technology. Now, a mediator that we know well who is very tech savvy and has been doing this for years very successfully, long before the coronavirus, is Amanda Bucklow. Now, Amanda uses Zoom, which is, in her view and our view, probably the best cloud-based video conferencing tool for these purposes, and means that you can go ahead with a mediation, notwithstanding the fact that, because of coronavirus, lawyer and client need to be physically separated, not only from the other side, but also from each other. Now, I caught up with Amanda by phone to discuss how she runs her mediations remotely, bearing in mind, crucially, the need for strict confidentiality.
When you have a party who's represented by a lawyer and perhaps they are both in remote locations, the way in which I work the mediation is that they have their own private room, so they can talk to each other, albeit via video and telephone, to each other and confer in total privacy. I can, as the mediator, enter that room and have a conversation with them and leave again. But effectively, it mirrors exactly the way in which an face-to-face mediation would work. So the lawyer can be with the client in one room, if you like, but they can also, and certainly in the current circumstances, they might be in two different locations. Giving people comfort about using the technology is a very important part of the preparation, and it's surprisingly less complicated than people imagine. So the invitation goes out and that allows people to click on that link and it takes them through to the meeting, which is, in my case, I was password protected, and people arrive. What you need is a laptop or an iPad or tablet which has a camera and a microphone. And that's the ideal. And the ideal is that you download the Zoom app and you have that, because that gives more functionality, which may or may not be useful, but it's just slightly better. In the event you can't download the app, then you can join via the web browser. So it isn't exclusive. And in terms of following what the technology is, the only responses that participants need to make is to respond to the invitation to go into the private room and to click when they want to come back into the main room. So it's very clear instructions. The apprehension about it being very difficult and lots of buttons to press is infinitely greater than the reality. But I would always do, if somebody felt like that, I would always do, a trial run, which takes approximately 5 minutes. And I think the key point is the ability to be in a private room and be able to consult. People imagine that because you're having some sort of conference call, everybody's there all the time. And I must stress that even to the point of being able to manage parties arriving so that they don't just sort of collide in some cyberspace, meeting room, that is also carefully managed by me. Meeting rooms or private meeting rooms can be pre-assigned. And so people know that they are in private. And even as the mediator, I will give a room a heads up that I'm, about to come back in and I'm listening in, because you can't knock on the door and say, is it okay if I come in? But it works. And, one very recent mediation, and this might horrify people, but didn't horrify the participants. 12 and a half hours by Zoom. We had coffee breaks, we had thinking time, things went on pause, we had a lunch break, we had many joint meetings, we had many private meetings, and although people were tired, they are also tired in a face-to-face mediation, and arguably they were less tired because they were in the comfort of literally their own homes and offices.
Amanda Bucklow. Well, Amanda has kindly agreed to create a series of short demos showing how she uses Zoom for her mediations, and we'll be showing the first of those in Friday's programme. For now, from me, that's the news. Goodbye.